So is this just a two-part, or are they going to stretch it out? Because we ain't got nothing else to say. Well, let's go on and talk to their ugly little husbands and Seth. So we open with Angie saying that she heard Jen and Heather were humping. I could see it. Heather said you had a 20-year friendship and you thought we had a sex act. Angie said there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about Jen. Let's not act like she's the most forthcoming. People keep their homosex secret, but believe me, they having it. They having it. If the men's is having it, I know the women's is having it. So Heather beating herself up for drinking. We getting the friends off the stage and now we bringing on the hubbies. Something Rob and Gabrisi know nothing about. Oh wait, no, we got Whitney's storyline first. I'll keep it on mute. Best fiend. This peppermint tea is everything. Just the celestial seasonings. But I forgot how much I love tea. Okay, so now we getting into why they were arguing, and Whitney is holding on to the fact that Heather knew that Angie K said Leo was blowing for basketball tickets. Heather said, now look, if you want to talk mess about people, that's fine. But if I choose to let it go in one ear and out the other, don't you come running saying, oh, I told you, so I'm in the mess. A viewer said, well, don't Whitney deserve the same grace you gave Jen? Because Jen out here lying, stealing, and cheating. And Whitney just said, look, I thought you knew, heifer. Oh, God, now we getting into what Jen said about Heather. Jen ain't here, don't bring her up, Lisa Barlow. Now we roll all the footage of Jen slamming Heather, but Jen hates everybody because she hates her thieving self. Heather comes back to the main point, but Whitney was talking bad about me too. Y'all both were off this season. You was talking trash about each other. Whitney was desperately trying to come up with a plot line because her husband got fired. So that's why she was very activated and animated. And Heather, I think you're just on some new Medi-KK. That's why you're, relaxed. Also, you've got your book to peddle and your skincare to sling. Whitney said, I ain't dog you. I just said I needed a boundary because you ain't really seem interested in fixing the relationship. Lisa said, Heather, I thought that you and I were working on our friendship. Why wouldn't you want me to be friends with Whitney too? Because you're a backstabbing troll. Whitney talked with everybody about her friendship break with Heather, but Heather, because she needed a storyline now that her coot is out of coin. Come on, people. So Whitney said, well, I didn't know where we stood. And Heather said, well, we made it clear at BravoCon. I told you dumped me as a friend and that was a reach. Oh, and you said I was lying to myself on your little podcast. They keep bringing up Jen and Heather's like, what do you want me to do about Jen? Okay, y'all shut Jen down, but Jen's horrible. Jen's in jail. What next? Okay, now we get to the real. Whitney said, you care more about Jen than me. Fair. Why do you want her to care more about you than Jen? She ain't shit. If she can't pick you over Jen, child, that's her ignorance. Ignorance. Heather says, look, I wasn't myself because I was really sensitive after doing my book and the Church of Latter-day Saints is suing me. Oh, Lord. So after that, the heifers go to lunch. I mean, nothing's really going to be resolved. Both of you are kind of over it. And I think Heather's tired of doing the show. I mean, there's just no meat. Oh, but now we come back with the husbands. Oh, Seth said he looking for a new man crush. I'm right here, hon. Why is Whitney's husband's nose so red? Honey, it's after the holidays. You ain't Rudolph no more. Red nose with a piggy face. I don't know how she do it. Oh, goodness. Somebody's worried that Lisa and her husband are spoiling their kids. They malnourishing them kids. They ain't spoiling them. The food's probably spoiled. Oh, goodness. Now we watching Seth and Lisa's man go at it. Oh, God. I can't look at his lipless face. You know what? Seth was able to make fun of your wife because Seth is at least interesting. Nobody wants to look at your lunkhead or hear your slow, low talk. Your voice is lower than Lisa's. But for me, Seth, is you didn't stop Meredith. He's not stopping his wife. Just because you can stop your spouse don't mean he can stop his. We brought the husbands out for that sour little segment. Girl, I've had egg sandwiches that were more interesting than this reunion. I need some herbal refreshment for this. But I'm like, let me get this done first, then I'm going to run to the dispensaria. Okay, now let's get to Jen. After claiming innocence for over a year, she finally fessed. So Andy said, did Jen change after, the arrest? And Heather said, well, I think she thought the charges were just part of the show. I mean, she got arrested on camera. Didn't really sink in until, she had to pony up that coin. Yes, Andy, hold Meredith's feet to the fire. Season 2, you couldn't stand the heifer, but season 3, you blindly followed her to court. How do you justify it now that she's guilty? What? Guilty, innocent, she's still a human being. I'll always root for the underdog. She's a criminal. Are you rooting for the criminal? Oh, that's right, Mayor. This heifer was stealing from your store and you were airing it out on camera. Why'd you flip the script? Oh, Meredith heard Jen made an attempt on her life, so she said, let me not pile on her so that I'm not to blame, and also nobody will get on my ass after the season. This is about optics, not humanity. Okay, look. Yes, the heifer said, I can't be her friend no more. She saw her make an attempt on her life. She's like, okay, the heifer in need. I can at least pat her little back until she go off to prison. Andy, you ain't got to ask the question 6 different times. She explained to you. I don't want to be a part of attacking her or distancing myself from her and leaving her too alone in an hour of need. Lord, Andy, you getting senile. Because this is giving me coping with senility. Oh, God, now Lisa can't wait to sink her teeth into Meredith. Well, you were gloating in the bathtub, remember in Vale? You were gloating, you were happy, you weren't surprised. Oh, my God, yet she wasn't. Then she heard she'd made an attempt on her life, she changed her tune, okay? She's like, look, I don't want the heifer to off herself, I don't want it on my hand. Meredith said, well, I'm trying to tell you. I had a lot going on and I was not getting any support from my friends.
Well, I'll exclude myself on that one. Because I was supporting you.
Ciao. You couldn't support Windows 98 with your pea-brain ass, Lisa.
You dug up information on Jen and you dug up information on me.
How does that concern you? I did not dig up anything.
Meredith, yes, you did. You hired private investigators. You got friends at the Southern District of New York. You put your feelers out, heifer. Andy said, so Jen's facing 10 years. You don't have any feelings, Meredith?
I don't have any feelings. I mean, she hasn't been sentenced. Let's talk after the sentencing. I'll have an opinion after the sentencing. She hasn't been sentenced.
She like, you ain't dragging me into court. She don't play in court. Trying to trip her up, get her subpoenaed.
Andy, oh my God, I think it's just weird that she pled guilty and you have nothing to say about it.
Why don't you talk about your suit with Nene? You ain't said shit about that. Since you want open mouths. No, Andy, Meredith is not afraid of Jen coming after her because Jen can't even criminal right. She don't want to act like she know more about the case and then end up indicted herself. Now there's speculation that she pled guilty to keep Coach from being indicted. But how would Coach get indicted? He wasn't working there. I think she might have pled guilty to protect him from restitution. I could see that.
Oh, God. Lisa says there's just a part of me that loves her so much in the good times, but she would also cut me, and I can't believe...
Oh, shuck. This is a yawn. I'm watching so y'all don't have to. This is giving me a headache. Well, that was the shit. So I'm going to see you next season. They say Mary's coming back with her big yellow banana step-grandpapa. Step-grandpapa penis. I hope she got a new wig.